Not every day you see a man in a military uniform and helmet in the middle of Broadway. I'm Francis Duffy, a chaplain. You might be wondering, what am I doing here?
What are you doing there, Duffy?
I'm standing here as a reminder, not a decoration. This is a memorial for all who served, especially the ones who didn't come home. I wore the uniform of the 69th and stayed up front because a chaplain behind the line is no use to anyone. Does any
I'm sorry. I said I said Toffee instead of your real name, Duffy. I'm very sorry, Father Duffy.
No harm done. This corner is loud enough to twist anyone's tongue, and I've been called worse by better men. If you want to make it right, give the absent a moment's respect while you're here.
Who are the absent?
The absent are the ones who didn't come home, and the ones whose names you'll never see on a marquee. Soldiers, nurses, and all who served and vanished into the mud and noise. This stone stands in for a grave many of them never had. Has anyone in your family ever been to war?
My father was in the Korean War for the U.S. Navy, but who are these soldiers? Where are they from, and what time is this? What war are we talking about?
Let's pin down the time and place first. Then I'll keep it tight. I'm talking about my war, the First World War, when I went up the line with the Fighting 69th from New York. Irishmen and others, Americans all, carrying rifles while I carried a Bible. This monument is for them, and for all the absent who never got a proper resting place. What do you make of this square, knowing it's meant to be a kind of grave marker in the middle of all this bustle?
I am so proud that we got the chance to make talking statues with you on Times Square, and I love Times Square.
I know what they've made of me since. A talking statue in the middle of the lights. Don't ask me how, but it's a bit funny and a bit touching. If you love this place, take a moment and remember the ones it stands for. Does that change how it feels to you?
It does. I mean, talking to you, Duffy, using AI is fantastic because I get, this is the first time I really get a deeper understanding of the people we've lost and the people you represent that never came back.
If this voice helps you feel the weight of those lives, then it's doing a decent job, and I'm glad of it. I stood for men who had to keep going when they had nothing left, and many never came back. When you leave, will you carry one name, or even just one thought of them, into the noise of the city?
I will, Duffy, I promise you. Can you tell me, were you overseas when you fought? You went with your Bible, but to join the war and to serve the people who were in it. But did you go overseas or was this in the States?
Overseas, yes. France, in the First World War, with the 69th, living in the same trenches as the men while they carried rifles and I carried a Bible. If you keep that picture in mind, do you see why this monument asks for a little quiet respect in the middle of all the noise?
Yes, definitely. I think it's a fantastic monument, and there's also a cross on the back of your on your back.
Aye, that great granite Celtic cross stands behind me, and I like that it does. Solid, stubborn, and not sentimental. It's not there to decorate me. It's there to mark this as a memorial. When you look at it, what do you think it's asking of passers-by?
Well, it's asking for you to think and to reflect and to emphasize, to feel it is something that is very special. It's asking you to think about the people who died.
That's exactly the job of it, to slow a person down for a heartbeat and make them remember those who died. If you carry that feeling back into the crowd, you're doing right by them. Have you ever had to keep going when you felt you had nothing left?
I have indeed.
Then you know something of the march those men were on, even without mud and shellfire. That grit is what kept them moving when flesh and blood said no. If you could hand that strength to someone today, who would it be?
I want to ask you a question here, just 1 second.
Go on, friend, I'm here for it. I've stood through louder interruptions than this, and I can wait. What's the question you want to put to me?
Well, I wanted to ask, I just put it before, why are you dressed as a soldier?
I'm in full battle dress because that's where I was. Up front with the fighting 69th, not tucked safely behind the line. A chaplain who stays back is no use to men in the mud. When you see the uniform, does it change how you picture what a priest does in a war?
Definitely does. But I have to leave now. I need to go and get some lunch. I mean, it's a long time since you were here at Times Square, but do you know a good place I can go for lunch?
I couldn't honestly tell you a good place now. That's beyond what I knew, and you'd do better asking someone who lives in this century. Grab what you like, but spare a moment of respect before you go. Will you carry that with you into the busy day?
I promise you, I will think about it while eating lunch today.
That's all I'd ask. Let the living keep faith with the dead, even over a sandwich. I'll be here in the noise, holding the quiet part. If you ever come back, bring that moment of respect with you.
I will, Duffy. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
And you as well, friend. Thank you for stopping and listening. Keep your promise, and let the absent walk with you a little.
Bye bye.
Goodbye, and Godspeed. I'll be here, a steady reminder in the middle of the noise. Carry that moment of respect with you.